Hey everybody, what's up today? I hope you all are anticipating a really awesome weekend, right? And as you can probably figure by my little tiny word there, anticipation, we're going to talk about anticipation today and why it is so powerful. Why is this energy, this word, this action step? Let's go more into the action step that this is, okay? And yes, I emphasize the word action because without action on your part, these steps will not work. They have to be in place with you, what you're doing, where you're going, and what you are anticipating. So, being that you know now, anticipation is the ultimate power. If you fail to anticipate, you have no power because you let it go. So as you're building your business, as you're building a lifestyle, and you know I don't like to focus on the dollar amount so much as I do the lifestyle itself, because the lifestyle is the energy that will bring the dollar to you. Plain and simple, right? So without anticipation, you'll fail. And for what? That's for you to answer, because I don't have that answer for you. Only you have that answer for yourself. And what do you consider to be the biggest chokehold in any business? I mean in any business, not just your business, but in any business out there. What do you consider to be the biggest chokehold? Is it what you're doing, what you're not doing? Is it maybe you don't know? Maybe it's the systems. Maybe it's the strategies. In any business, the answer is the owner/leader, the psychology or skills and the mindset of this person. Whoever is the owner or the leader, if you have your own business, you're both. You're the owner and the leader. Therefore, you have to have a mindset of a leader. You have to have the mindset to move forward and to learn to anticipate different fluctuations in the market, different strategies. Learn to anticipate the next move. And I know you're probably thinking, why is she telling me this? Because you can't anticipate what's going to happen. And yes, you can. You can. As you get more into your business, as you become more aware of what's going on, then you'll see that you'll learn to get a grasp on what's going on in the marketplace by the people you speak with, by what you're doing, by the reaction you get. And when the owner or leader takes the steps and the mindset and anticipate what is next on the path. And when you are using anticipation to anticipate what is happening next, what is going forward, what is happening, what is moving in any and every direction, you will become the success that you are looking to create. And you know what? You can do this. And the reason why we're talking about anticipation today and it being the ultimate power is because we don't want to see you fall into the rut, fall into the hole of failing because you didn't anticipate what was happening, or maybe you didn't take the time to look and see what the other leaders were doing. Maybe you just didn't want to get into that field, or whatever it is. You have the ability right here, right now, to learn how to anticipate, and the power of anticipating and using your mindset. We've talked about your mindset and the different strategies and the different growth patterns that just grow you exponentially and bring you to where you want to go. So when you anticipate the shifts in the market, you can see where the shifts are as they're coming along. If you've noticed, when all the big gurus, when all the big, Steve Jobs and all of the Gates and all the social media platforms all started growing, Each one created a shift in the market, and each one continues to have a shift in the market. So whatever you're doing out there, and I notice a lot of different shifts in the market on We're Home Business, on online marketing. I notice there's been a lot of shifts in the last 6 months on different marketing tips and tricks and strategies. And I've noticed a lot of different things happening that are making it so much more simple, and a lot more systems that are coming out that are making it so easy. So as you are looking at the market and as you are anticipating, anticipation is critical, guys. I can't express enough how critical this is. You will begin to make successful habits, successful choices, successful procedures for your own business. And when you do this, you add more value to the company. You add more value to the marketplace. So as you're doing this, as you are anticipating what is going on in the marketplace and how it's affecting your business, that is the key thing right there. We can go over everything that's anticipating or everything that's happening in the marketplace now, but if you aren't associating those changes and those strategies with your business individually, then it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. And we want to make sure you know what is going on and make sure what you're doing is correct. That's why I put out so many trainings and so many lives on different tips and tricks and different things for people to do, because I take time and I look, and I, of course, always anticipate where my business is going and what I need to do to go forward. Like what I'm going to do next to grow. And you may be thinking this too, what you're going to do next to grow. For me, in anticipation of the way the growth pattern is, I am going to be doing masterminds. I'm going to be doing virtual masterminds to help people to get in, and I'm going to be doing physical, which is live in-person masterminds at different venues. So as anticipating where the market is going, that is another avenue that I am using and I'm learning. And I also have mentors. I have Tony Robbins and I have Dean Gracioso. So you can't have two better mentors than those guys, right? So what I want to say is, when you have a successful business and people are looking to you for answers, for strategies, for systems, then if you're going to see the anticipation or you're going to see the shift in the market, what can you do to have your business be on top of that shift? The biggest thing you could do is to give more value. Give more value to the marketplace. Give more value in what you're teaching. Give more value in the training. Give more value that you're offering more help to more people and more systems, more strategies, whatever you're selling. So when you do this, you'll find that you will become a leader, or the leader that you were meant to be. So as you're going through this and you're mapping out your business, and you're mapping out your strategies, and you're mapping out what you anticipate to change for your business and for you, if you do not have, and I don't mean a goal is, you have to have goals for every step or you don't know where you're going. If you don't have goals, then how do you know where you're going to be? How do you know where you're ending up? But in your business growth itself, you have to have a map. You have to create a map, just like you would a geographical map. You have to create a map of your business, where it's at, where it's going, the road, this things along the way as markets change, as the economy goes up and down. You have to have a map. Without a map, and if you're not following your finances, if you're not following what your sales are, if you're not following the money coming in, if you're not looking at these figures every single month, I mean without fail, pick one day and do it consistently. Do it consistently every month. I do this. I'm always looking at my numbers. For me, I look at my numbers once a week. Most people that are very successful will tell you, if they have multiple businesses, that they will look at them once a month and they'll go over all of it and not just depend on the accountant. They have to know what they're doing and know what's happening. And this is a huge, huge success for you when you do this. Because I found when I started doing this several years back, actually I started actually doing this when I was in management, and I always had to know what my numbers were for the different stores and different parts of the company that I was responsible for. So, and then I just basically carried it over into my personal online business when I started it myself, of always having the habit of looking at the numbers and knowing what to do. And if I didn't know something, I would find out why the sales were down, or why I wasn't making quota, or why I wasn't making what I wanted to make. So take a look at what you're doing. That's so, so important. And of course, I have my notes. And a map, again, will direct your business on where you're going. And will also keep you in control of your marketing, your promotions, and what you're delivering. So keep a look at that. And it will actually all revolve around your clients, because the more clients you have, the more people you have looking at you, the more people you have buying your stuff, the more people you have joining your team, the more you're able to give. And the more people that are receiving, and you can't make everyone receive what you're offering. You can't make everyone take advantage of what you're offering. So don't be discouraged if people don't take advantage of what you're offering. You know, it's up to each individual person if they want to have that success and move forward, or if they want to go it alone. It's okay either way. It's okay whatever each person wants to do. It's not up to you to make their mind up for them. I guess that's the best way to say it, right? So every business has a lifestyle, a life cycle, has a style too, but a life cycle. Whatever happens will be up to you to anticipate. So knowing that every business has a lifestyle cycle. I'm in that word today. I don't know what's wrong with me, but life cycle. And if you are aware of what's going on in the marketplace, if you are aware of what's happening around you, if you are aware of all these different areas and aspects of growing your business, then you will see the different changes that are coming about. And there's changes right now that are happening, and they are actually good changes. And there's some that are going to kind of take my marketing, a little tweaky way. Like I said, I'm doing some changes. And innovation and marketing, without these two, there is no business. If you don't have innovation is creating new products, creating new trainings, creating new systems, creating a new philosophy, so to speak, on where you want to go. So if you don't have those, and if you don't have marketing in place, what you're doing to promote yourself, not just branding you want to brand you first and foremost. Don't get me wrong on that one, guys. But if you're not putting out there the value that you are offering, and why what you're offering is valuable, and letting people see the value that you are giving, then you're not going to get where you want to go. And innovation is finding the needs of the clients and delivering. When you can deliver what the market needs, what your target market is looking for, what they're struggling at, what they're having problems with, when you can deliver that to them, that will make it more beneficial, and more people will want to follow you and know what you're doing and see what's going on. So, and you have to get marketing in there so you can sell what you're doing, because if you're not making sales, guys, you're not having a business. And you can have a business making $10 a week. That's okay. If that's what you want, then that is fine. Nobody's saying you have to be a multimillionaire overnight, because it doesn't happen overnight. It comes with work, time, anticipation, innovation, marketing, being a leader, being the business owner, and your mindset is going to tie all of this together, because mindset and business are connected. If you do not have both, if you are not in tune with both, then you will find it will be a lot harder for you to get where you can go easier if you have that connection. And that's what I'm going to be doing my mastermind up. I have one coming out in August, I believe. And it's going to be on mindset and business. We're going to start at the beginning, and we're going to have different ones, and work through and get as many people. I want to see as many people have success as humanly possible, because I have no problem with people exceeding what I'm making and just going further. And so start with your mindset and anticipate what is happening. Like I said before, I always listen to theta beats and binaural beats all day long in the background. So you'll probably hear those going right now, because I always have something going on back there like that, because it's inspiration, and it just helps you to get calm and motivate and to work through what you're working on. It's part of my mindset. So I would encourage you to get on my newsletter, and please don't hesitate to do that. Also, I have a link in my header for you to do that. And anyone that is having a little issues with getting their business going or whatnot, you can get into this platform I have up there to help everyone who's starting a business or has a business and it's just not quite making it. It's business tools that it's ongoing. And if you don't have ongoing training and ongoing growing, then you won't make it very far. Because like I said, I am always learning and growing and prospering myself to prosper my business. But I have to prosper me first. So take a look at that stuff, guys. And thank you all so much for joining me here today. I am so blessed. And I do have 2 different platforms going here. I've got 2 laptops going. I've got one here in this group and one over here in the group with my team. Hey, guys. So I do have 2 of you going here at the same time. One is very full, and I can't hardly read all the chats in there. So I'll have to get that on there after I close this off. So have a super, super great day, and anticipate. It's the ultimate power, anticipation. So I will talk to y'all later, and have a super great day. Okay, guys.